Hey guys, Vimal here. Welcome back to my channel. This is the first PC build of 2026 and I'm like super excited about this thing. Lately, I've been getting so many comments in my recent videos asking like, Vimal bro, can you build us some affordable category PC builds in 2026? And that is what exactly I'll be doing in today's video. But considering the whole market situation right now, you people have actually put me in a tough spot. But still, I'll try my best and give you like optimal sort of PC build with minimum investment. But considering the whole situation, you people know about the thing with RAM and storage going on, right? A single DDR5 RAM stick used to cost around like 6-7,000 rupees just a couple of months ago, but now the same RAM stick is costing almost like 3 to 4 times more expensive, guys. Like, what sad economy we are living in, right? The whole situation itself is like really sad. People have been like really looking forward to, eager to build their brand new PCs, and suddenly the whole situation is like this. Damn man, I don't know what to do also. Now only question is, should you actually build a PC right now in the market? Now this can totally depend on your necessity and requirements, guys. Say for example, you're building a PC for fun purpose. Maybe you're building a PC for like gaming purpose, right? Then my only suggestion would be is like, wait, why are you in such a hurry? Maybe the situation will turn around, who knows? Maybe in 2027 prices will come down. Right now in 2026 though, I don't think prices of RAM are going to come down because demand for AI is going like increasing like super fast, guys, and big companies like OpenAI are completely consuming the whole RAM available in the market, leading to like shortage of the same thing. That is the main reason for increase in the price. So my suggestion is, if you're not in that urgency, or maybe you already have like an old gaming PC, play with it, continue using it, maybe wait for 1 year, next year you can upgrade. What's the hurry? Because money is not that easy to earn. Your family, your parents work very hard to earn money, guys, so don't waste that money knowing the whole situation. But again, on the other hand, maybe this is like a necessity for you. Maybe your livelihood depends on it. You're like a content creator, you have to do video editing to earn money, or maybe you want to learn a lot of things, or maybe you want to use this PC for your business or office related stuff. Then in this situation, there is nothing else you can do. You'll have to go ahead with it. Anyways, coming back to today's topic, I've told you, right, today we'll be building like the most affordable RTX 5050 PC build in 2026, and this PC is going to offer you like a very well balanced performance, guys. Either it be for content creation, or even if you want to do like gaming also, at a reasonable price tag. I'll try to keep the whole budget around 70,000 rupees. Let's see if we actually bring it down also, and we can actually change a couple of things and bring out peak potential. I'll give you all the suggestions and ideas in this video, so do not skip this part. So before we actually get started with the whole build, let's actually talk about the components that I'll be using for this PC build. Starting off with the CPU. So today for this configuration, right, I am going ahead with AMD's Ryzen 5 7600 CPU, and let me tell you the reason for this is price and performance ratio, guys. See, if you want to build it on a newer gen platform, maybe like the Ryzen 9000 series or Intel's Core Ultra series, right, price is going to shoot up a lot, and you cannot do it within this affordable category price range, guys. And let me be honest with you, 7600 still holds up good even in 2026. It's a 6-core 12-thread CPU with a max turbo clock of up to 5.1 gigahertz, and also comes with like minimum TDP, guys, only around 65 watt, right? You don't need powerful cooling solution also. Even a stock air cooler will get your job done if you're tight on a budget. So I think it is actually a decent CPU, either it be for gaming or even if you want to do a bit of productivity stuff. Coming to the motherboard, for an affordable configuration like this, right, I am going ahead with B650M series. You can go ahead with B850M also in case if you have a little more budget and maybe you're planning for future upgradability. But right now, if you're a bit tight on a budget, right, 650M will get your job done. It has everything you need. DDR5 RAM support is also there, onboard Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, everything is there, guys, so it'll get your job done. So if you want to keep it a bit on tight budget, go for something like Gigabyte's B650M DS3H series. Very affordable and gets you all your necessities. Now I don't have that particular model. That is the reason I am going for Gigabyte Aorus B650M Elite AX motherboard. Coming to the GPU, I've told you, right, this is what we'll be using today, RTX 5050, and the model that I got my hands on is from Inno3D. This is a Twin X2 edition non-OC variant, and let me tell you, this is one of the most most affordable RTX 50 series card you can actually buy right now in the market. Hardly costs around like 25-26,000 rupees and offers value for money performance. Now the brand says that it can offer like solid 1080p level gaming performance, but that is not going to stop us from doing a torture test, right? We'll obviously put it to a test and see if it can even handle 1440p and 4K gaming as well. So based on Nvidia's Blackwell architecture, this GPU features 8 gigs of GDDR6 VRAM. On board you're getting 2560 CUDA cores, 32 ROPs, and is actually based on GB207 die. Again, as I've told you, this is the Twin X2 edition from Inno3D and is very compact and has a slim profile. This is actually small form factor ready, so no matter what sort of case you're using, small, big, nothing to worry about that. It'll easily fit in and get your job done. And on board you're getting a dual fan design, and build quality of the card is also good. You're getting a brushed metallic sort of finish, though the entire shroud is actually made of polycarbonate material. And best part is the card also support Nvidia's all new DLSS 4.5 and multi-frame generation as well. So we're gonna put that to a test in this video. So moving on, let me also tell you about the other components. First, let's talk about the RAM. Initially, I thought of keeping the price as low as possible and thought of going ahead with the DDR4 platform. But again, building a PC in 2026 and building it on DDR4 platform could actually set everything like a major drawback, guys, because in future, maybe if you want to upgrade the RAM, right, you cannot simply buy the RAM and change it. You'll also have to buy the motherboard also, which can again be like a big drawback for you. That is the reason I thought, chalo, nothing to worry about that. Right now we might spend a little bit extra, but let's try to be future proof and go ahead with the DDR5 RAM only. Instead of buying 2 RAM sticks right now, buy one only, and in future save up a little bit more money and then get the second RAM stick for a dual channel configuration. This is a suggestion I can give you. And right now, again, you people know, right, with the whole RAM prices, the cheapest RAM I could get my hands on was the XPG series, and that to the non-RGB variant. This thing roughly costs around like 18-19,000 rupees for a single stick of RAM 16GB, that too clocked at 5200 MHz. If you want to go fancy, right, this is not the time. You don't want to waste any money. If you ask about the power supply, for a configuration like this, right, a 550 watt power supply will get your job done. So the model I'll be using is from Deepcool. It's their newest model, guys, called as a PL550D that even supports native ATX 3.1, guys. So in case if you're using the more powerful variants of the 50 series cards, right, you have a dedicated power cable just for the GPU. On top of that, it is also 80 plus bronze certified and Cybernetic silver certified as well. Last but not the least, if you talk about the case, now this also totally depends on your requirements and budget. If you don't want to waste any money and you don't want any fancy looks RGB lighting, right, go for a very simple sort of case. Hardly invest around like 2,500 or 3,000 rupees and get something affordable. It'll get your job done. Today in the home we have a new case from Deepcool, CG530, and that is what I'll be going ahead with. It's a beautiful panoramic case that comes with a fish tank sort of look and feel, tempered glass on the front and side as well, but it doesn't come with any RGB fans, guys. You'll have to buy them separately. I'll try to leave links for all of these products in the description box below. So that's it, the whole idea and concept behind today's RTX 5050 series affordable category gaming PC build. And without wasting any more time, let's get started with the assembling. And boys, we are finally done with the whole build, and here's our very first look at the most affordable RTX 5050 gaming PC build 2026. And holy moly, it actually looks pretty nice, right? I mean, check it out. It is an affordable category PC, right? So on the inside, we don't have any fancy RGB lighting on the components, but that is the reason to give it a bit of touch of elegance. I've added some RGB fans, and that definitely elevated the look. Anyways, just sit back, relax, and I hope you all enjoy these cinematic shots. Alright, then let's get to the benchmarks and check out what kind of performance you can expect with the CPU and GPU combo. This is the first PC that we built with RTX 5050, right? So I'm pretty excited to check out the whole gaming performance and what sort of numbers we'll get while playing AAA games at different resolutions. Ideally, this GPU was made for like 1080p level gaming, but obviously we'll do at 1440p and 4K resolution testing also. Keeping that aside, I'm not sure how many of you people know, but RTX 5050 is a direct upgrade to the RTX 3050. Now, there was never actually an RTX 4050 discrete GPU edition ever made in the market, guys. You only had like laptops powered by 4050. So this is definitely a big upgrade coming from the 30 series GPU. So I've run some benchmarks. Just have a look at these numbers, Cinebench, Geekbench as well. You'll get an idea on the scores. Moving on, let's get into the gaming benchmarks and check out the results. So today we'll be playing some graphic intensive AAA titles, as that will only give you like much better idea what are the real world sort of numbers you can expect while playing on RTX 5050. So starting off the test with our all time favorite Cyberpunk 2077. Now Cyberpunk is definitely a graphic intensive game, and being able to play this game at high graphics preset is definitely a feat of its own. We'll be doing multiple number of tests, playing the game at different resolutions, that too with Nvidia technologies on and off like ray tracing, DLSS and multi-frame generation. In this first particular test, we're playing the game at 1080p resolution and graphics preset set to very high, maximum possible right now, and we're not using any Nvidia technologies, no ray tracing, no DLSS, nothing like that. And let me show you the raw rasterization potential of this card. So there you go, boys. On an average at 1080p very high, we were roughly getting around like 65 to 70 FPS in Cyberpunk 2077. But wait until you see what it can actually do when you enable Nvidia technologies. So quickly enabling ray tracing set to very high and also multi-frame generation set to 4x, and not to miss out, the newer RTX 5050 also supports Nvidia's DLSS 4.5, which brings great improvements to the whole transformer model and also much better AI upscaling. So with these settings enabled, look at the results. 185 to 190 FPS at the same resolution and same graphics preset as before, guys. Especially if you have like high refresh rate monitors and you want to fully utilize that product, right? This is the way to go. I mean, check it out. Gameplay feels like buttery smooth on the RTX 5050 with DLSS and multi-frame generation enabled. But what about higher resolutions like 1440p and 4K? So let's quickly bump up the resolution to 1440p, keeping the graphics preset same as before, very high settings. And right now, no Nvidia technologies are on, so let's check out the raw rasterization results. Okay, on an average we were getting around like 30 to 35 FPS and sometimes goes up to like 40 FPS also. Not bad, decent results I would say. Again, though, this was expected because increasing the resolution definitely puts a lot of load on the hardware, and on top of that, this was not made for high resolution, right? But that doesn't mean it's not playable. It is playable, but not buttery smooth is what I can say. But wait until you actually enable DLSS and multi-frame generation. So let me quickly enable Nvidia technologies along with ray tracing set to very high preset, guys, and bam! Now this is the kind of difference I'm talking about. Look at this. Where was 30-35 FPS, and now see that we are getting almost up to like 115 to 120 FPS, guys, at 1440p. 5050 is actually blowing my mind for the price point. I mean, this is not what you would expect from the older generation GPUs, right? Now comes the main part. Can this GPU actually handle Cyberpunk at 4K resolution? So let's quickly bump up the resolution to 4K. Again, graphics preset set to very high, and we're also enabling all Nvidia technologies, ray tracing, multi-frame generation, and DLSS 4.5 also. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Even at 4K resolution, we were getting a consistent 55 to 60 FPS on an average. Not bad, guys. I mean, a 3050 could never do this in the past. Sometimes during graphic intensive scenes, I could definitely see a bit of hiccups at 4K resolution, and the main reason for that is because of limited VRAM capacity. You're only getting around like 8 gigs of GDDR6 memory, right? So that was definitely putting a bit of limitations in certain loading scenes. I wish, maybe 5050 also had like 12 gigs of VRAM, that would have been like game changing for this price point. Anyways, keeping Cyberpunk aside, let's also move on to one more AAA title, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is also a very graphic intensive game. In fact, puts a lot more load than Cyberpunk also on the CPU and GPU. So playing this game at 1080p resolution, very high graphics preset, and in this particular test, right, we're not using any NVIDIA technologies. Let's check out the raw rasterization performance. So there you go. On an average, we were getting around like 55 to 60 FPS, guys. Consistent 60 FPS at 1080p, very high settings. That too in Spider-Man 2. See, if this configuration can easily handle Spider-Man 2 at these sort of frame rate and settings, right, I'm pretty sure you can easily play most of your favorite AAA games on this setup, no hassles at all. Quickly enabling NVIDIA technologies like frame generation, DLSS, and also ray tracing, it was definitely given a great boost. I mean, from 60, you're now getting almost like 115 to 120 FPS. Playing the same game at 1440p resolution, very high graphics preset with NVIDIA technologies on, we were easily getting around like 75 to 80 FPS. So based on all the benchmarks and testings, I can easily say that this sort of setup can easily offer you like 1080p high frame rate gaming. That too with ray tracing, DLSS, and frame generation enabled. You can also do 1440p gaming, but at a casual frame rate experience, maybe like 60 to 70 FPS. That too with NVIDIA technologies turned on. It is not made for 4K gaming. I mean, you can try 4K gaming, but the results may not be that optimal, and the overall stability of the card will also get impacted because of the limited VRAM capacity. So on paper, right, the new RTX 5050 was nearly offering 4060 level of performance with some additional benefits like DLSS 4.5 support and also multi-frame generation support. Multi-frame generation is not available on the 40 series, right? So that is the only added advantage is what I can say. But apart from that, very identical sort of results you can expect over here. And that is pretty much it. So before we wrap up the video, right, let me also quickly go through the pricing details and talk about all of that. So here are the component prices right on the screen. Just have a look at them. You'll get an idea on all the current component prices. And as I've told you guys, you can completely customize it depending on your budget. If you want to strictly, set a targeted budget, maybe under 70,000 rupees, then you can go ahead with this configuration. Or maybe if you have like 10 or 12,000 rupees extra budget, right, you can actually upgrade the components to the newer gen and make it more future proof. So totally depends on your budget. I'll try to leave links for all of them in the description box below. You can check it out there. So if you all enjoyed watching this video and got lots of useful information, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more such awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.